Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center here to congratulate you on your Jayco Eagle 317 RL. Okay, we like to call it the 317R lock, fifth wheel. I'm gonna walk you around it and show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when parking. You're gonna need to leave plenty of room for a slide on your campsite, as well as two awnings off your slide and front here. And your off camp side, beside your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Conveniently toward the front of the unit on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, power and docking station for water are pretty close to each other. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive, we're going to unhook our hitch using our auto leveling system here. Touch both those arrows at the same time, and that's going to turn this on. Raise, lower, get your vehicle unhooked and up out of the way. Once it is completely out of the way, you're just going to touch auto level. Auto level is going to start dancing around your auto leveling legs right there behind your tires, as well as adjust your landing legs to your unit's level and stable. Once it is, that green light on there is going to flash. Once it's flashing, we know we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord plugs in on the side here. Where they plug in now is they go in and then they twist to the right, and then you put on your black washer. At the end of that 50 amp, your convenience pack, you also have a 50 to 30 dog bone, as we call it, and 30 to 15 if you ever need to plug into a 110, you can put that on there. That's your power all hooked up. Let's go ahead and hook up your water. Jayco makes it real easy with a 2-button system here. At campsites, we are going to hook up to city water connection. Up here, we're going to set this to city water. Blue to the right and green to the left. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites, so use this when putting water in here. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. Again, you're set for city water. Don't turn that hose on yet. Let's make sure our drain plug is back in our hot water heater. This door should lift right up off here. A little plumber's tape around that. As you see, we got it on there for you. Tape preferably. Putty will gum up on you. That is 1 1/8 inches. Get that in there nice and snug. Then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After your hose has been on for a little bit, go inside and deploy your slides if you need to. I need you to get inside and open up all your water taps. Get all the air out of lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off. When they're all full of water, you'll know your hot water heater is as well. Then you can turn that on from indoors. Hot water heater doesn't seem to be working. Come out here and look at these reset valves. If they're bubbled up, simply just press them back in. Alright, let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're not going to a campsite. We're going dry camping or boondocking. In that case, we're going to do a 2-step process. We're going to start with tank fill. Blue down, green to the left. Fill the same way. Treat your hot water heater the same way by plugging that up. But when you're filling this up now, you're going to go inside and keep an eye on your control panel. Where you see your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater read. Keep an eye on that while you're filling this up. Once it is full, remove that hose. Remove that hose. Then we're going to switch from tank fill to dry camp. Green down, blue to the right. Then you'll turn on this water pump when you want to utilize this water. You can turn on the water pump indoors as well. Alright, we're all set up with water and power. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, continuing here in the docking station. Up top in the corner here, you're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Hot and cold shower. Your bypass is on your hot water right now, so it is winterized. To unwinterize, you'll go ahead and hook up your water. Go ahead and run that until everything's nice and clear. Once that's all clear, then you can shut that bypass off. Again, where you turn on your water pump, cable and satellites, tank flush, we'll talk about that when we dump our black and gray tanks. Your connections, sanitize and winterize, that's where you'll put those in and turn on your pump to get that in. City water connect, as well as filling your freshwater tank. Black and gray holding tanks, convenient area to run your hose down through. Coming back up front here, our auto leveling system. Instructions on that there. This is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Big pass-through storage area here. Your propane in the front is on a regulator. Keep it lefty-loosey. Turn it toward your tank. When it turns green, that means you've got gas on. Continuing down our off-camp side, again, our hot water heater. So flue for your furnace, 2 things on that. Make sure it's never blocked. And 2, if you are running your furnace, you're clear of it, it does get hot. Here's where we'll hook up our hose when dumping those tanks. Here's where we'll store our hose afterwards. Access to the back of your fridge for the technicians. A vent for your microwave. Low point drains that are easier accessible when the slide is closed. I'll show you those when we're leaving. Got prep for a backup camera. Coming around the campsite. This is where your J-port arm will go in. It's in the front storage right now. It's a big metal arm that'll slide in. Set a grill on top. And your quick connect LP is right here in the corner. Spare tire manual crank. That hand crank up there will run down. Open up your outdoor kitchen here. Turn our lights on down here. Accent lights. USBs. All set for TV out here. Cable and 110, 12 volt. 110 with GFCI reset. Your outdoor fridge. Big sink here. Make sure when you're traveling you keep this locked. Continuing down your campsite, got a couple outdoor speakers, another low point drain that I can show you from here, right there. Spray port hose can hook up there. And your storage here, access to your water lines. Again, another cable and 110 out here for TV. And there's your J-port griddle holder. Your hand crank for that spare tire. Your other propane up front. It's all prepped for generator. There is your battery. Keep an eye on that. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Bounce it down the road. And that about covers everything out here. So take a look on the inside. Alright, real quickly before I go in, talking about these steps. Bringing them down or taking them back up. Biggest thing to remember is to make sure this exterior door is all the way open, or this will catch on it. You also do have, I'll show you real quickly, adjustable feet. But all you have to do is push in on this metal piece and they'll go up. Or down in this case. Alright, coming up beside your unit, first thing I like to point out is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. Immediately coming in is your control panel. touch your panel. I'm going to show you on your main. Go back to home here. We can control our climate, our lights, our motors, our tanks, our energy. Now I'm going to go through all those individually over here, but just so you know, from the home page you can get to most of them. Starting with our tanks, underwater, here's where you can turn on your water pump. Here's where you turn on your water heater hooked to electric, your water heater hooked to gas. Down here shows your tanks. There's where you will watch when filling up your fresh tank. Down below that, motors. Scroll up, you can do your auto leveling from here. You can also control your slides and awnings. Speaking of awnings, I'm going to go to number 1 and show you on these awnings. You only want to run these out until you can see that bar and your flap is down to 90 degrees. These will continue to run themselves out and run themselves out backwards if you don't watch them when you run them out. So keep an eye on them when you run them out. Make sure you don't run them out further than you need to. You also have pitch adjust. If it's raining, picnic table's down there. Pull down on this handle. That will tilt your awning and run the rainwater away from your camp area. Just get that close to straight. That will straighten itself back out when it comes down. I'm going to go ahead and retract that and bring it in real quick. You can also control your awnings from down here. I'll show you that shortly. That ran back in. And then again, over here to the left is also your slides. Scroll that to where you need it to. Temperature. Let's go ahead and turn this on and go to, oops, excuse me. It went to heat. So you'll notice when I shut off the heat, it'll take a few minutes for it to cycle through before the heat shuts off. Now the heat and the AC are running. Shutting the AC off. Heat fan is still running and it will till it cycles through. So you'll turn it on here, come over here to pick what you need, go back to change the fan speeds from high to lows. Next to your lights, scroll through, you can shut on and off all your lights from here. But you can also, number 1, turn on all your lights from down here. It's up to your exteriors because those are number 2. Next, your tire pressures. And then your power. Going back to home down here. Number 1, interior lights. 2, exterior. 3, both. There's another spot you can turn on your water pump. Alright, I'm going to start back here at off. OF. J Command BM Pro app is what you want to do. You want to go here and pair this to your app. You can do just about all of these things. Slides, awnings, lights from your phone. Awning number 1, awning number 2. I'm going to extend awning number 2 just to show you. You can do that from here as well as your motherboard. Retract that back in here. Set your awnings. Slides 1, 2, 3, and off. Below that, this is for your fan down there. This is a temperature reader. You'll see a few of these through the unit. We'll go ahead and shut our entry door here. Slam locks work best when it's lightly slammed. Coming around the corner on the floor down here is to the left is going to be your breaker box and fuses. To the right, your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mentioned that's 12-volt, always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use that battery disconnect if you're going to be gone for the entire day. Keep that from running your battery down. I got your Whirlpool fridge, completely separate manual for that with your ice maker. Got access to the fridge outdoors where your ice maker valve is at. A self-explanatory microwave. Your glass top here folds back. Turn on your panel light by flicking that up. Turn this to light, changes from blue to red. hit your spark, there's your flame. Same thing across all of them. Same thing on your oven. Turn that to light, hit your spark, that will light it, no need for a pilot light anymore, and then turn it to the desired temperature. Rock this panel light down and it becomes an oven light. Got your recliners here, parachute pull I like to call it, just feels like a parachute pull. Pull that up, that'll recline you. Use your feet to push it back down. Got your remotes there, we'll get to those for your entertainment center. Lighting, lots of lighting you can control from here too. All exterior, if you look outside, oh yeah, I remember I gotta shut off my lights. Next to the sofa are 110 USBs. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Stand in the middle, gives you great leverage. Remove your Velcro cushions. Lift up, fold your metal legs out, fold it up and towards you. Fold it back down, and just that quickly, you got another sleeping quarters. Now the biggest thing to remember putting this back, make sure you lift the back up first, otherwise you can damage the sofa. Again, stand in the middle, as long as you just fold everything in, jackknife it back down. And just that quickly, you're back to a sofa. Entertainment center. I'm going to show you do have safety straps for travel. A couple of Velcros there. Your insignia remote. Turn your TV on. You have to run a digital channel scan when you get to where you're going. See if I can get one channel to come in. There you go. Below that, JBL sound system. I'll come down here and show you the touch control. So several modes here. USB, auxiliary, auxiliary 2, optical, HDMI, ARC, Bluetooth, and FM. I'm going to pick up much in this metal building, but I will run a scan and show you 3 zones. Indoors, outdoors, or up front in the bedroom, or all of them. Nice sound system. Below that, your fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing is the heat. If you're at a campsite and it's chilly in here, if you're plugged in, save your gas, turn this on, it will get it toasty in here in no time, and you can save your gas by using that electric heat. In your island, you do have a 110 with GFCI. You have some folding chairs up underneath your bed that will match those. The storage under your seats, storage under there. These are pieces you can put on the back of your chairs for travel. This will also extend. Another place you can control the lighting from. And heading up the hallway into the bathroom. 2 main things in here. Your lighting and your exhaust fan. But the biggest thing is the shower. Make sure you bring everything to the left and lock that down for travel. Don't need them bouncing around on you. Coming into your bedroom, again under the bed are the 2 folding chairs mentioned earlier. Those match your dinette chairs. Another place that you can embed at night, control all of your lighting, interior and exterior. These are hand controlled reading lights. You also have night blind shades, 110 next to the bed, another reader, another light controller, but you can also control this 1 bedroom slide from here. Also, make sure that these closet doors are snapped in that position for travel. All set and prepped for a washer and dryer in here. If you ever want one in the future. Lastly, another TV back here. Turn that on for you. 110 and USB are up there. These are air returns.
You'll get a good night's sleep for most of your life. At least 2 hours.
Shut that off. And that about covers everything in the unit. Let's go ahead and act like we're leaving the campsite and close everything up. Start back here in the bedroom. Make sure that this is snapped all the way back out of swivel position. Nothing is in front of your slide here. I like to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in and out. Besides this shower door, also your bathroom door, make sure that is snapped into open position. Starting back here in the bedroom, I'm going to go ahead and utilize this for half the slide and then show you on the control panel another spot. We are hitting retract. It's a short slide, so I'm going to stop right there. Shut this light off. Come down to my control panel. Go down here to slide 1. Hit retract, and that's going to be that bedroom slide. Again, make sure nothing's in between your slide and your bed. Nothing's going to impede that slide from coming in. Once that's in, I'm going to go ahead and shut off my main lights, number 1, from the ceiling, and then I can see all the highlights that I need to go ahead and shut off. Alright, all the accent lighting is shut off except for what I can control from number 1 here. I'm going to go back to the control panel to do our other slides. Go to motors, scroll up to slide number 2, retract. Gotta keep your finger on it. Again, make sure nothing's in between the slide and your island there. These boards are real touchy, so when bringing slides in, just keep your eye on it. And lastly, slide number 3. Track. Make sure your TV is back in the tuck position. Again, just go through your unit and batten down the hatches, make sure everything's ready for travel. One last thing I forgot to mention, in your island under the sink is a gallon water container that you can pick up at any store. Here's where you can turn the power on to have this for your drinking station. And you can drink your own water instead of the campsite's water. Bring my slide in. It's okay to hear that noise. That's just the slide mechanism saying I'm in as far as I need to be. Look outside, make sure all of our lighting's off. Exit the unit. Again, make sure this exterior door is all the way open before lifting this up. Sits right inside. That was all done with one hand. Before you leave the dump station, I say that in case you want to go inside and check your tanks at the control panel. Make sure you lock and deadbolt this exterior door. Lift and turn this handle. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to come around here. Get right up underneath here. And dump that low point drain right there. Open it right up, get all that water out of there. Otherwise, unhook our cable, our water, and our power. Come to our auto leveling system again. Touch both to turn it back on. At this point, we're just going to hit retract all. Retract all is going to bring up your rear stabilizing jacks And it's going to return your front landing legs to where we were before we hit auto level. Once it's back, hook up your vehicle and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump's going to be right in front of your tires on your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Got 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up, come up here and pull this black handle. That's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like it's no longer draining, go ahead and get inside and look at your control panel, make sure it's empty. When it is, leave this black handle open, grab your hose at the dump station and hook up to this tank flush. Again, emphasizing black handle open, turn that hose on and let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove your hose, make sure all that washout you just put in there has drained, then close your black handle. Pull your first gray. While your gray handles are draining, I like to go around and dump my other low point drains. There's another one right here. And then over on our campsite, for your front storage underneath, will be 2 more to open up. And again, these will dump all your low point drains. Get all that water out of there. When all that water is gone, circle you back around your unit. When all that's done draining, go ahead and, if you're done for the season, go to your hot water heater. Lift up on that pressure release valve. Now be careful, it's going to be hot water coming out of there. When that's done dumping, push that back down so your door can come back on. Then you can pull that drain plug. Got all them waters out of everywhere. Make sure that gray is done. Close it. Pull your last gray. Again, those are going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. It's going to clean your sewage hose out for you. Then you're going to bring it right here underneath your dump. And conveniently and sanitarily store it right inside your chute right there. Specifically made for it. Alright, that about covers everything. I hope you guys enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Thank you again. Happy camping.